So yeah, we are going to create a game, and this is Tec Dev Studio. And let's get started without wasting our time. So this game has this simple concept, and it's have very simple like a store system. So in the system, we need two type of thing. In an item, we can pick the item, we can drop it, we can buy it, and we can sell it. In the NPC way, we have a random movement and we have a random item buy system. And the last thing, which is the game going to be loop, which is called spend system for player, where player have to pay the bills of the items or even the utilities bill, and with that the item is going to be purchased. So this is the flowchart, and this is the simple one we are going to work. And after that all, I'm going to give you the project file with the free download link, so you can get it, check in the description link below. Okay, to demonstrate this thing, I'm using Unreal Engine 4.27, and this is our foods. Okay. Also, we are trying to create the dynamic as possible. So in future, if you add any more item, it should be work. So first, let me create a simple folder where we are going to keep it named like a master. So a master. So in the A master, we are going to create some very crucial stuff, which is game instance. It's must needed. We are going to give it name that game master or game ins, and then we need a system called save game, which is pretty obviously needed. So save game, or we can call it master save game. Okay, cool. We have this thing. Lastly, we need a functions. So we are going to create a blueprint and blueprint function library. Let's give it a master or BPL. Now in the BPL, what we are going to do is we are going to create some instance and some optimized way to casting those stuff, which is going to be help us in our game. So first we'll be give it name the GNS, and inside of this GNS I'm going to call our game instance. So get game ins, and from that we are going to call it get world repeated subsystem or get reply subsystem, and from that we are going to cast to our master game instance or game instance. Okay. If the output comes okay, so this is mean that this is our output variable. So we are going to plug it with our reference. So ref, and going to remove the boolean. And lastly, to cast it without any issue more, so we are going to keep it like this. Okay, now we need one more thing, which is called the player. Okay, why the player needs? There's a bunch of ways you can do it, but I like to do in this way. So which is basically, don't waste our time, okay, and it's going to be work as great. So at here we are going to do is basically very simple, like we don't need to call player BP every time. It's going to be work dynamically. So get player ref, and instead of it, I'm going to basically first we are going to get world context. And from the world context, we are going to search equal, and inside of equal, we're going to be overlap with others actor. So others actor, and if it's come true, so that is mean that is the valid thing. So same, let's give it boolean that same as other actor. Let's give a space there, and if it is blue, it's going to be do this. And lastly, about on this one, we are going to simply directly bypass the thing. So before that, we are going to get a player character if it's that's equals the player, get player character. So if it's equals same, then it should be do this. Okay, the index we don't need to mention, so we can directly drag and drop, and this is our player ref. So give it name that BP player ref. Okay, that is cool. Now compile and save it. And again you can basically set it as a pure, but in my case I'm going to leave it like this. Why? Let me show you. First, that I create the GNS, so now I don't have to cast the game instance multiple times. I will just write GNS and it will become. Then we'll get player ref. If we search our dynamic the function, it's going to become something like that, which is basically better than the casting. Okay, now compile and save. So we have the things that we need, the master stuff, and lastly we are going to need to connect our game instance to our game, which is basically Crucial. And okay, we are ready to rock and roll. Okay, now let's create a folder called A-Logics. Okay, in our A-Logics folder, what we need, you have to first think about it. Okay, so that's why I create the diagram, or always I try to suggest you to go with the diagram, so we know that we need this type of system. So we can go rather with NPC or rather with item, but in here the first thing, it should be the item. Okay, and after this thing we should make this pen system, suppose something like this. Okay, so first it will be come up with this one, and once we done the item one, after that will be create the NPC system, then we should create this one. So I should remove this line from here and let's connect from here, so it will be much better. Okay, so this will be our flow. Now let's first work in the item. Let's create a master item that we can replace. We'll add a couple of things here, suppose like the name and the item image and the item ref of the BP, okay, and the price. So we're going to keep it couple of like this thing. Okay, in the A-Logics, let's create a folder called items. So inside of it, let's create a simple actor called master food or BP food. Okay, now let's drag and drop this food at here. So suppose this is our grocery store, so we'll be keep something like this and this. Suppose this is our 3 food we have. Now each and everything we need couple of variables that we can set. The first variable should be the name of the item, so we can set it. Okay, cool. Then we need a variable to set the price, so price something like this. And lastly we need an image icon to show it, so image, so img. And we'll be use texture 2D, so it will be much better. So texture 2D. There's one more thing, one is the dynamic one if you are doing from there, so I'm going to use the 2D one only. Okay, then we have the name, price, image, and lastly we need one more thing, which is the reference ID that is going to be sale. So for now I'm just leaving something like this, so if we need it in future we'll be added. So price exposed, and make sure all are exposed in spawn, so we are able to basically change it. So yeah, we need one more thing which is called mesh, so we can change it runtime. So just search static and mesh, and static mesh reference, and again exposed on pawn. Okay, now if we choose any type of BP, we can give name, price, item image, and mesh. Okay, so for the items, what I'm going to do is because I created those food from here, let me see if there's a possible to create a screenshot. I think there's some plugin available which we can basically take a screenshot. So let me just now use snipping tool like this. Let's save it like A1, and this is our potato. So sorry, let's keep it named at A2. And lastly our tomato. And no, it doesn't look like tomato, but for now it's going to be work for us. So lastly the tomato up. I think the tomato is small, looking small. Let's make it bigger. Up. I think that's enough. Oh, I mistakenly opened the Photoshop. I have to now pause it. Okay, lastly, I'm saving now the tomato A3. Okay, we have all of those meshes image that we need. Now, to be honest, for these icons and etc, I will create a folder called A icons. And inside of A icons, I will give that ref img. And inside of those, I will basically import this 3 texture. Okay, now we have this thing. So now let's replace with the values. Suppose we'll be use this drink bottle, okay, or the water bottle. So let's give that water, and the price suppose like 12 USD. I know it's expensive, but yeah, suppose it's a very prime store. Okay, after that we need to give the mesh. So let's go to our mesh folder, which is food mesh. This is would be our mesh. And then suppose we need a what we can give it at here. Let me just one more, let me search some food names, so then I will get some idea. And after that I'm just doing some search. After that, okay, let's come up with potato and tomato that we set it, or what we think in the video start or in the intro. So potato, let's give it the dollar of $4, and the potato should be like this, and the image, the potato will be like this, and this one, which is tomato, so our tomato, and the tomato of price suppose like $20, and this would be the image. And lastly we have to give the mesh. So let's assign the mesh, suppose something like this, saved. Okay, nice. So in as our algorithm it is, we have now the items. Now you can see that there's no mesh showing, so we have to do is thing from here. Even in construct script we need to add a static mesh. So static mesh, and make sure you don't include anything. Okay, so just reset this thing, take an empty one, let's give it name that mesh only. Oh, I can't give the mesh only because I already using that word, so mesh food. Okay, now we'll be get it from here, and we'll be set mesh, which is the static mesh, I guess, suppose it should be. So static, yep, static mesh. And what it's going to do, it will be get it from our mesh, and make sure it should be do then when it's valid, until not, otherwise it will be give us a error. So the mesh, compile and save it, and voila, you can see now we have the meshes in our runtime, which is pretty cool. Now we need the system. So now you can see that we have the water bottle, potato and tomato. Now because we have this thing in the data, each and everything, now we need a system which is refine the system, because we have the information now to buy or even sell it or pick up and drop it. So first what I'm going to do is we have to make the buy system first. Because why? Because this food will be somewhere, and from there we have to buy it. Once we have it, so then we can pick up it, and once we pick up it we can drop it actually. So at here, because did you remember we create a game master instance, so that is going to be need. So game master or game INS, which is our crucial thing. Now we need a system where we can purchase it and sell it. For now let's go with the buy one. Let's give it money, or let's give it that USD, and let's give it integer. And now this is actually our money going to be have. I think the money would be much better, money. And then when we have the money, After that we are able to purchase it, so then we should have a purchase limit. Suppose like we have a limit of purchase 5 items each or 2 items each, so let's give it that peak limit. So this will be our peak limit. For now let's keep it that 2, so we can only, whatever product we want to take, we can only pick 2 of them in overall. So because now we need some visual appearance as well, I'm going to create a simple widget. So a UI, let's give it name, just player UI. And also to create this thing, I'll create a separate folder, a UI, and I'm going to drag and drop there. Okay, so now we have this thing. Cool. Lastly, we need now the item. For example, we need to assign with our player. So let's check our player, because we have to somewhere, we have to spawn it. And right now I maybe didn't set with name with the player, so it's coming with a third person. Okay, actually in the event graph we can just remove this touch code, and in the begin play, if there's no begin play, just search with begin play. Okay, at here we are going to add a sequence, so we can go our further code. So then create widget, and we are going to be player. And lastly, because it's a widget and I don't need to do anything with that, but I have to assign something inside of it. So what I'm going to do, I need a player reference. I'm going to directly bypass it. So let's give it name that bp ref, and let's give it the player, or otherwise yeah, we need right now for it, let's give it that our third person character and bp, and expose it editable, and expose this spawn, compile, save it. And once we have this thing, now we can ref it like this and self connect, and which is quite enough good. Now we'll be add to viewport. Okay, now we can make a comment, so just keep it, leave it at here, because that is the thing that we are looking for. Now at here, let's add a simple tags which we can understand like what's going on in overall the game. Suppose this is our limit of pick, so limit come on man, MIT limit. Okay, so this is our limits that we can pick. Suppose like 2/1/2, suppose something like this. So compile, save it. Go is a variable. Now at here in the event construct, set timer by event, and from here will be basically custom event and call it a time or what, and let's initialize it in every 0.1 seconds, so 0.1 seconds loop, and from here will be add a sequence. Now we'll be call our GINS to get the value. From there we'll be give that pick limit that we have, and now because we have to set it in this character, so we'll be make it as a variable, and we'll be get this thing. Then from here set txt, and we'll be found this one, that widget one, and connect simply like this. Now we have to do a couple of things here. We'll be use that to a string, and from that will be used to append. And now I need at least 4 like this one. I'll write that limit and give a quotation, and after that I'm going to set the value that I'm looking for, and after all I'm going to give a slash, and I'm going to give again the of 2, that is the limit highest right now. So this is actually the overall the data. So now even if I click on play, you can see the limits that I have in my inventory or the game instance. Now I get simply an error where I'm getting like setting the tags blah blah thing. So it's might be happening like it's calling in image construct, and I'm getting from pre-GNS, so it not should be get any error, but we'll be set it later. Okay, I will try to find what is the causing the error. Let's see, blueprint UI set tag. So it's saying that it's causing error on this thing. I guess this is somehow it's initializing before it, so let's give it that 1. Let's see how it's work. Okay, so currently it's saying, I think there's a system I guess I'm messing up with. Oh yeah, I'm messing up with the values. Okay, suppose in the pick limit that is 2, right? So to be honest, it should be my pick limit, not that one. Okay, so it should be still 0 because this is my current value. This is the value should be. Okay, so now it's resetting. Let's see, did I forget to assign it in a game instance? Game INS. Game INS. Oh sorry, it's the game INS. That's why I guess it's calling the fail. Let's click on play. And yeah, right now see, there's no more error and it's fine. So this is our limits that we have right now, and after that whatever will be picked, it's going to be limit for us. Like yeah, this is your current limit. So in a game instance, not in the game instance, I'm going to do it on my player BP, like pick item. Now in the pick item, that is the number. So what I'm going to do right now, whenever I'm going to, now we almost done everything, so now we have to just add the simple system that to buy this item. So what I'm going to do is, this is the actual way to grab this object, or whenever we have this thing, suppose, because this item should be spawned from somewhere. So suppose we have this item, now we need to pick up and drop it. Okay, then we will make the purchase system. To do that, we need to overlap somehow the character, or we have to do some way like, I don't know, maybe line trace, but I'm going to go with the actually for now, which is overlap one, which is for now much easier. So we'll be at simply a box collision, so like a box collision, and because it's coming with the food, so every box have now their own collisions, which is going to be overlapped. And I'm going to just grab it something like an forward, which is, it will make the item choosy, like easy to capture a player. Suppose like our player can go easily near of it, you know, it's kind of overlap. Okay, now once it's basically doing, now we can get our character. So get player ref, which is this one. Now it's going to be work with the other actor if it's equals same. So now what it mean that whether we have a UI to get it or we just directly pick it. So I try to keep it as simple as possible, like a simple go, and it's going to be snapped with our body. So let's do it. Oh, okay. Now because it's going to be snapped with our body, somehow we have to do something, like even we have to give it in the head or somewhere. So we need some bones to assign it. Suppose like where is the head? Okay, this is the neck, and from the neck we can add a stock for IT1, which is item 1. Suppose it's the mesh bottle, and then we have to scale it little bit, which should be something like this. And let's now give it the value 0.3, 0.3 and 0.3. So it's pretty much look like this. Okay, why I'm doing it there, you'll be see it later. Now let's go to move to our food BP. Now whenever it's done, we'll be set it to attach actor with a component. So the parent is basically our self actually, so we'll be give the self. Does it actor? Oh sorry, this should be the self, and the parent will be our character mesh. Skeleton object ref, yeah. So from our BP we have to get mesh of our body. Let's see if somehow we can do it. Yep. And the parent, and here we'll be give whatever stock we create, the item ITM. So let's go at here and snap it on target, suppose something like this. Okay, and also we have to do one more thing. If it's already did this thing, like it's attached done, so it should be do once, not multiple times. So it will be restricted at here to do it only once time. Okay, now compile and save it. Now if I go to any item here, see, we have this thing. Now you can see it's have a problem of collision, like it's really doing jiggle stuff. So to fix it, from after the attach thing, we can do a simple one. Rather, you can disable the full BP collision, something like set it to non-collision like this, and it won't affect anymore like this. Okay, I want to keep it like this. Now even if you take the potato, it's going to be like this. Or yeah, even the tomato. Right now everything is signing in the same position, so we have to fix it. Okay, so compile and save it. Lastly, so let's fix it somewhere. Okay, because it's attaching. Okay, so in this method, this is a single pickup where it's actually good, but we need some more advanced where we can do, like, we can set it to automatic to do it by himself. So let's create a simple function. Suppose like add item. So in the add item, what we'll do, we'll be do the same process whatever we did at here. So at here, but for this one, the socket will be changing every loop. For example, if it will be give a boolean sort 1 or sort 2 or sort 3. Okay, so the item will verify if it's in a sort 1, if it's false. So what it's going to be do, it will be take that and the mesh, because it's right now in ourselves, will be connect like this, but we need an actor. Okay, so we'll simply drag with this thing, which is will get the actor ref. Okay, now let's create couple of more. Suppose like can we duplicate it anyhow? I don't think so. Come on, man, you should give us a thing. Add a socket, let's give it name that IT2, and same mesh I'm going to suppose like this, and I'm going to add the same thing. And I'm going to give the value same, that 0.3, 0.3 and 0.3. And lastly, I'm going to give a one more socket, which is IT3, and this should be here 0.3, 0.3 and 0.3. Now I have to do little bit adjustment. You can go to be honest, left side or top down. Let's go to right view, so it will be some easy for us to adjust. IT1, yeah, it's look perfect for me, I guess. So save. So we have all these sockets name that we required. So if it's like this, now we have to create couple of this thing. So if it's like this, it will be do this. We at least need 3 times. So yeah, we need a space. Now we'll be connect the actor and the sort for sort 2 or sort 3. So whenever a sort will be done, it should be do this. Suppose if it's true, so it should be try to sort 2. If it's sort 2, then this sort 3 should be try. The mesh is basically our parent, so parent, parent and parent. Okay, now here I'll be change simply the value, which is 2 and 3. Okay, now what will we do, whenever it's done, we'll be say this sort 1 is true, sort 2 is done, and sort 3 can be done. Okay, so this is the system. Now compile and saved. Now I can remove these lines of code. now will be say that add item that we create our system. So add item, let me just give it check that did I did well. Add item, yup, I did. I hope that it should become directly because we are casting directly. Oh, the effect actor, let me just check the call ref get declared. Oh, by the way, that is a problem also, like it can't be give us a directly value of the BP like whatever we are doing. So for analyze this thing, have to cast it, cast to 30%, and let's give it in a pure cast. And from that, now I can add the item that I'm looking for. Now at here we can directly connect like this thing. Okay, now because it's something like this, like add item, it will be do this, try this, and try this, and it will be fill up. Now let's give it a try. Now click on play. If I have item 1, oh, let's see, it's did it some way cannot be attach a component with other actors the same actor observing. Let me check. Attach actor to component. Oh yeah, sorry, it is I get it here, it should be the self ref. Okay, now compile save, and I would fix the actor ref. Okay, now it's much better. Now let's see, it should be now work. Now yup, and yup, and tomato. See, now the system that I'm looking for, it's done. Now if I click, even if I click this one or tomato or what, it's going to be come automatically whatever item I will pick. Okay, so that is the system that actually I'm looking for. So thank you so much for watching. See you next video. We are going to improve it more.